Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack Show. I am Dr. Jack Beals, chiropractor in Omaha.
Hello everybody, I'm Aaliyah, Dr. Jack's assistant.
And together we are the Ask Dr. Jack Show 2.0. All right, what are we doing today?
All right, well, summer is in full. So we thought we would talk a little bit about how to protect your skin from the sun.
That is a really important thing because everybody talks about skin cancer and all kinds of stuff, but what people don't realize is that the stuff that we put on to avoid skin cancer can cause almost as many problems, if not more, than the sun itself. So let's really focus in on this. Okay, so by far the best way to do this, and we're not talking about the red-haired, fair-skinned people that can't suntan, all right? But if you can suntan, get outside a little bit every day in the beginning of summer and get a tan on you, and that will be your absolute best, safest way to protect your skin from burning. Because burning is where the real problem comes in. Because when you burn, you oxidize. So if you have a tan and you just get tanner and tanner, you know, obviously you don't want to do that every single year because that turns your skin to leather. But, you know, that is by far the best way to do it. Other than that, did you know that there's a company that actually tests these skin suntan lotions out there?
Besides the FDA?
Yes.
Oh, no, I did not.
Yes. And they actually went through 1,400 different sunscreens. I didn't even realize there were 1,400 out there. And unfortunately, only about 5% of them actually met the safety standards because there's so many toxic chemicals in all these sunscreens. So
that's crazy. Yeah, and every store has their own brand, whether it's like Walmart or Target or Walgreens, they all have their own brand of each of these sunscreens on top of the, you know, Coppertone and popular ones we know about.
Exactly. So rather than kind of go through all those that are out there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a couple of the really good safe ones, and you may have to go to Amazon. So good that we're getting this early in the summer. Get your order in now because, you know, it's going to be really important. So the best one that I could come up with is called Think Sport SPF 50. It's got a great job, and the main thing is it uses zinc oxide as the main ingredient, which means there's a barrier, all right? So it actually stops the sun rays from reaching the body. And that physical barrier makes a lot of difference. So it doesn't have all the really nasty chemicals that are out there. So that I would look for that one first. If you want, now zinc oxide, I don't know about when you were a kid, but when I was a kid, if you looked at the lifeguards, they had that white stuff on their noses and everything like that. That's zinc oxide. So if you want to avoid the white spotchy, the white stuff, there is a company called Badger, and Badger Active Clear Zinc Sunscreen SPF 30 is also very lightweight. To me, it's really awesome because it's fragrance free, and it's good for up to 40 minutes. So you're gonna have to reapply this. So and all these really good ones, you're gonna have to reapply them. You can't just put it on at the beginning of the day and call it good the rest of the day. You know, every 40 minutes to an hour, you're gonna have to keep putting it back on in order to have any protection for yourself or your child.
Especially if you're in the water. I mean, they might say that they're waterproof or whatever, but, you know, especially if you're in the water.
Exactly. Now, if you are dealing with kids, which you are, True Kid Sunny Days Sport is really good because it's got a lot of, it's free of most of the nasty chemicals. It's easy to apply. There is some white residue, but it's very slight. And it's water resistant. I don't want to say waterproof. Yeah. Water resistant. The other thing is that, you know, let's say you're on vacation and you forgot your good sunscreen at home, and okay, I'm just going to go to the local store and get what I can. By all means, whatever you do, avoid the sprays. All right, because when I first saw the sprays, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how perfect is that? You can get a nice even, because I had kids at the time, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is great. I don't have to touch the stuff. I can get it on them. We're golden, right? I didn't even think about this, but you're inhaling all those bad chemicals. So not only are they getting on your skin, but they're actually getting in your lungs, and it's really nasty. So speaking of getting in your lungs, let's talk about lips real quick. Lips can get burnt just as bad. So Burt's Bees has an all-weather moisturizing lip balm that has SPF of 15. And Raw Elements USA has a lip rescue that has an SPF of 30. Now the SPF, don't get too carried away in that. The difference between a 15 and a 30 and a 50 is really very negligible. I think when they came up with it, it was a good idea, but it's never really come into fruition as being, I mean, you don't get that much more protection from a 50 than you do a 15. Just recognize, even if you got a 50, you're gonna have to reapply it. That's the big thing. So, do you have anything else?
Nope, I think that about covers it.
Okay, good. So, it's summer almost. Be protective. Hopefully it's going to be nice and warm, and that means lots of sun, and that means be careful.
That's right. So.
All right. Anything else, you guys? Like, share this video. Oh my gosh, we almost forgot. Please get this out there to people. You know, all of this stuff makes a difference in people's lives. If we can get fewer chemicals on people's bodies, that means fewer problems in the future. So even something like this should be shared with all of your friends that have kids. You know, let them know about it. Have them like our page, like our little thing here, everything. Just do it.
We really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right, and stay healthy, Omaha.
Omaha.